Well, Matt, we've got some more football action to take a look at, some scores around the area in the Eastern region in high school football.
That's right. It's Lake Taylor and Norcom this game Saturday at Norcom High, and a heavily anticipated matchup here, Matt.
Yeah, Norcom coming in, taking on a Lake Taylor team that hasn't lost all year, and they strike first here on the 1-yard touchdown sneak from Deron Downing, the quarterback, after Traquan Martin's big run of over 60 yards. Extra point for Zakar White is in and good. So Norcom out to the early lead on Lake Taylor, 7-0, and the Greyhounds trying to pick up a second win in only 5 days.
That's right, but you know Lake Taylor's got an explosive offense, and what better way to get it started? They stayed with the ground attack, and on the run is Powell, as he's able to take that one all the way in for the score. Extra point here on the way. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good.
So Lake Taylor coming off a big win over Kirkland, 63-40 just a few days earlier. Looks like they might be in for another shootout game. And right out of here, it's a pass. Deron Downing to Darius Jackson. He's going to go 59 yards on the touchdown. Extra point up and good for Norcom. So the Greyhounds mixing it up with the pass to go with that run on top of the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans might want to try and bump him, slow him down, instead of just letting him run right down the sideline. But here we go again. Powell's going to fake the pitch to his running back. He's going to keep it, and he'll punch it across the goal line for his second rushing touchdown of the game. And just like that, Lake Taylor has climbed all the way within one. The extra point, it's up, and it is good.
Deadlocked at 14 early in the second quarter. And one thing we know about Lake Taylor is they don't mind getting in a high-scoring game. They're the second highest scoring team in the region behind Ocean Lakes at over 45 a game. And they're airing it out to Delman Williams with his 22nd touchdown pass of the year. That's number 12, Harry Freeman, with his 12th touchdown catch. And Lake Taylor now in front, and they're looking for more through the air. It's the big junior tight end, Jalen Holmes, with an incredible snag.
What a throw there from Williams, but it sets up another scoring opportunity here for Powell. It's a quarterback keeper from on the goal line, and he punches it in for his third rushing score. Extra point on the way again for the Titans, and it is good, and they lead now 28-14.
You blink, they're down 7. Now they're up 14 on them, about to go up 21 as Daquan Davis with the pitch here gets inside the 10-yard line before he's finally dragged down, and that'll set up another sneak for Donovan Powell, 1-yard touchdown, and Lake Taylor up 35-14 late in the third quarter.
Lake Taylor once again with it. This time it's Williams back in at quarterback. He looks over the middle, has a receiver, number 7. Pickney will cross the goal line, and 49-14 will be your final in this one.
They beat you on the deep routes, the slants, everything. Lake Taylor gets it done. 42 unanswered points as the Titans go to 10-0 overall in the year. Delman Williams with 2 touchdown passes. Donovan Powell with a career high 4 rushing touchdowns to go with 101 yards. Traquan Martin with 90 yards rushing in defeat for the Greyhounds, who fall to 6-4 on the year.
Now we'll take a look around the rest of the district. Granby 32-8 over Maury Williams Smith, 169 yards on the ground, 2 scores. Booker T. Washington 36-34 over Wilson. Marcus Carter with 251 yards and 3 scores.
More Eastern District action. Churchland shuts out Norview 8-0. Junior quarterback Malik Sexton with 18 rushes for 115 yards and a touchdown. The Truckers get their 3rd win in 4 weeks to close out the year. Private school action, Matt Bishop Sullivan 36-26 over Norfolk Academy as Bryce Tucker rushes for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns on 26 attempts. North Cross, who beat Norfolk Christian in last year's state title game, they do it again here, 52-7 over the Ambassadors. Max Revercombe with 167 yards passing and 3 touchdowns on 10 of 14 through the air.
Nansemond Suffolk 44-0 over HRA. Addison Peak 6 rushes, 132 yards and 2 scores. And Olive Wright 48-16 over Atlantic Shores. Gage Rogers 2 receptions, 96 yards and 2 scores.
More private school action. It was Greenbrier Christian over Chincoteague 35-0. Ty Smith with 142 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And Portsmouth Christian blinking Quantico 68-0. Taylor Weeks with a new school record 317 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns on 26 attempts. So a great week for Mr. Weeks.
Yes, sir. And finally, Hampton Christian 40-20 over Farquhar School. The Warriors finished 4-5 overall on this season. As we now take a look here, Matt, here's our Division VI playoffs matchups here for the quarterfinals. The 8-seed Granby will be at Ocean Lakes, Western Branch at Bethel, the 6-seed Grassfield at Salem, and in the 7-2 matchup, Bayside on the road at Oscar Smith.
Yeah, Division VI is so loaded, Matt, that the Comets at 9-1 fall to the 8th seed because 3 of their victories were over teams that didn't get a win, so that hurt them in the power ratings. Bayside Oscar Smith is intriguing because it's a rematch of 2 years ago, the region championship game that Bayside won 42-40. Oscar Smith probably the favorite here as the defending state champs. And watch out for Western Branch with that running game with Josh Murray. They could be really, really good in that game against Bethel. Grassfield, Salem, you figure Salem with Bucky Hodges probably with the edge there as a dual-threat quarterback who can beat you running and throwing.
And taking a look at the Division 5 matchups here, Matt. The 8-seed Maury on the road at Lake Taylor, Kings Fork at Lakeland, the 6-3 matchup Norcom at Hampton, and Heritage on the road at Phoebus.
Each of these 4 quarterfinal games a rematch from the regular season. Lake Taylor and Phoebus, the 2 undefeated teams, you figure they will meet in the region championship game for maybe the 3rd time in the last 5 years. But watch out for Hampton. They could be a fly in the ointment in the semifinals.
And here's Division 4. The winner of Grafton and King George will be at Smithfield, and then War Hill and Cortland, the winner of that will play at Chancellor.
Smithfield's been one of the surprise stories of the year. They would be a even greater story if they get through in the playoffs, but Chancellor, obviously the favorite as the #1 seed.
And in Division 3, Poquoson will be at York. The winner will get James Monroe, and Brunswick on the road at Parkview. The winner of that will then play next week at Lafayette.
Lafayette's the top seed, but James Monroe's got an explosive offense. They could be trouble for Poquoson, York, and anybody else in that bracket. Well, we're out of time here on the Cox 11 Sports Report. For Matt White, I'm Matthew Hatfield. We'll talk to you next time here on the Cox 11 Sports Report.